If you're looking for extra practice on part 4 of the use of English, the sentence transformations, keep watching. Hi, I'm Marcus from B2 English, and in this video we're going to be looking at part of the B2 first exam from Cambridge Assessment English, specifically the use of English part 4, keyword sentence transformations. Now, if you're not sure what this part of the exam looks like, take a look at an example. So here we have an original sentence, a keyword, and a second sentence that you have to complete using the keyword, as well as between 2 and 5 words. Remember, the second sentence must be as close to the meaning of the original sentence as possible. So in this particular case, we need to use the keyword here, both, and because both tends to be used with nouns, and when it is used with nouns, it's in the plural form. So in this case, we would say both men, and because both men are plural, we need the plural form of the verb as well, have, and the plural form of the noun, a beard. So both men have beards and are wearing white shoes. Okay, so let's have a look at 6 more examples now. So in each example, there will be a timer in the corner, but if you need more time, feel free to press the pause button, and then at the end of each sentence, we'll be looking at the answer together. Okay, let's get started. So, number 1. Okay, so how was that? So what you should have had here, or at least you should have noticed, is that the keyword out is a sign that we need a phrasal verb. And of course, learn being the main verb in the sentence. So the phrasal verb here would be find out. So we start finding out for themselves is what they prefer to do. So if you've got the phrasal verb at the beginning, that would be a point, and if you included for themselves, that would also be a point. Let's have a look at number 2. Okay, so in this example, we can see that we need to transform the sentence from the passive is consumed to the active, where we've got the subject here. We've also got a keyword who, which shows us that it's going to be a relative pronoun. So it is teenagers who mostly consume fast food. So if you got that, that would be 2 points, remember. So you'd probably get a point for the use of the relative pronoun keyword, and an additional point for using the adverb plus the verb in the active voice. Let's have a look at number 3. Okay, so in number 3, we can see that in the original sentence, although it's got a negative meaning, it's got a positive grammatical structure. The keyword here never tells us that we're going to have to reverse the negative and positive. So in this case, we're going to be keeping the same structure. However, because we're using never, we're going to have to change the adjective here, bad, to the opposite adjective. this case, I have never been good at dancing. I have never been good at dancing. So in this case, you would get a point for continuing to use the present perfect. I have never been, with that keyword there, never, and an additional point there, good, remembering to change the adjective. Okay, let's look at the next one now. A good example here of some new or relatively new vocabulary that's entered the English language. Now we can see in the original sentence we've used the word selfie, which is an official word. It's been in the dictionary now for a few years. And what we understand by a selfie is essentially taking a photograph of yourself. So because the subject here is he, we would say he is taking a photograph of himself So in this case, the use of the noun, a photograph, would get you a point, and using the pronoun there, the reflexive pronoun of himself, would also get you the second point. Okay, take a look at the next one. Here we can see that in the original sentence we've got the word public used as an adjective, but in the second sentence we've got public at the end of the sentence, so it's used in an adverbial way. And because it's used in an adverbial way, we often need a preposition before it. In this case, they've given us the preposition in, so in public, and the phrase to give a performance we can replace with the verb from performance, which is perform. Remember, we need to keep it in the present continuous. So they are performing in public. They are performing in public. And of course, as an alternative here, you could also say they are giving a performance in public. They are giving a performance in public. So we've kept the collocation there. Giving a performance in would be 4 words, performing in would be 2 words. So both of those would be equally acceptable in the use of English. Okay. Take a look at the next one. Case, you can see the word foot, and we know that we need to use foot instead of the phrase by walking. Now, of course, we cannot say by foot. That's not the correct phrase. Instead, we would say on foot. So let's try that. On foot is the easiest way to get around. So let's just check that we've got everything there. So the easiest way to get around, got that, is, got that, by walking, we've changed that to the phrase on foot. So we've completed the answer. So in this case, you would get a point for the correct use of the preposition that they didn't give you, and a second point there for the noun, the keyword, that they do give you in the correct position. Okay, so I hope you found this quick practice useful. Of course, we've got plenty more videos on the channel looking at the different parts of the Cambridge B2 First exam. So if you are preparing for the B2 First, please have a look at some other videos that we have. And if you like what you see, please do subscribe. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.